Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Lords for this Women's T20 match in League 2. Middlesex hosting Kent, and Middlesex winning the toss and electing to bat first. Good news is it is a glorious sunny day here at Lords. A double-header coming up. Middlesex taking on Kent this evening in the men's game. It's the women up first. I'm Kevin Hand, bringing you live commentary of this one on the stream. And very much looking forward to a double-header in front of hopefully what will be a very good crowd later on today. Picking up as we go on. The gates are open, the people are in, and the batters are on their way to get us going for the start of the toss. So Middlesex winning the toss, as I said, electing to bat first. And it's Abby Wybrow alongside Izzy Routledge out in the middle to open up for Middlesex. Middlesex T20 champions last year. Incredible finale at Wantage Road it was, and they will be very keen to defend their title. An emphatic victory against Yorkshire in the final. Yorkshire now a Tier 1 team. It's a League 2 fixture in the T20, and one that Middlesex will be very hopeful of winning here and putting together that charge towards another finals day. Gordon it is for Kent to get us underway. She's opening the bowling from the pavilion end. Four slips, four on the offside, 5 on the on, including a deep mid-wicket and a long on. Those are the two back outside that inner circle. A tickled single, they'll turn it into 2 in fact, good run in. Delicately pushed up to mid-off by Wybrow. A little bit of width on that. Now, was there an edge? There was. Wybrow's gone. Third ball, stretching for it. The width was there. The shot was on. But a faint little flick through to the keeper. And Kent striking the first over. Caught in two minds in some ways. Wybrow seeing the little bit of width, perhaps expecting it to come back in slightly. It kept its width, and as a result she was stretching for it in the end, opening up the body, and you could see the real bend of the back to try and get there. Blinkhorn Jones with the catch, Gordon with the wicket, 2 for Wybrow from 3, and Middlesex 2 for 1. So Hawley, skipper Saskia, is out to minute 3. Yeah, I think eyes lit up to some extent for Wybrow. It was the width that was there. Immediately thought, right, this is going. Wary with the slope that the off-break bowler would be bringing it back in. Didn't want to get tucked up, I'd imagine. But early in the piece, the hand-eye coordination wasn't quite there, and with the stretch as well, the downfall followed. 2 for 1 then in the opening over. That's a decent ball first up. Hawley respectfully pushing it back. Australian, who led an incredibly impressive display last year. Down the track and a single for a second ball. Into the opening over, 3 off it, a 2 and a single, but a wicket in the middle for Kent. Oh, my apologies, there's one to come. Nearly a very good one as well.
Let's see that one last. We'll see last ball of the over, actually. We'll see both.
Bit of bump on this, bit of bounce up towards the splice. Let's have a look just there. There we go. Nearly a leading edge. The bat face was kept open and the shot was checked. An early check of the refreshments here at Lord's. I'm sure that's the excuse. 20 past 2 on a Friday afternoon. No excuse needed at all. So Gorham with the second over. And a first look at seam. Crucially, a little bit of swing there, first ball. Is there trouble here? Not out. Let's have a look at the lines on this one. Oh, I tell you, the swing made that a very good call. Through the air it straightened. I think out of the hand, the initial line was down the leg side, but that swing was bringing leg stump into play. Another full bunger. Not quite connected with by Hawley, an inside edge, but 4 it is. Back of the hand. Slipping out. Better from Gorham, that's where she wants it. There's a bit of shape through the air. (26 years of age now, Saskia Hawley. Australia under 19s, Scotland women. Well, that's nice. He whips through, taken from a very straight line and against the swing as well, which is dangerous closing that bat face, but Hawley fully in control. New South Wales women and Sydney Thunder as well for Hawley. 5 women ODIs and 17 T20 internationals. A century and 250s in the ODIs in those 5 innings. 250s in the T20 internationals in the 17 innings she had. Scampered single to finish. 7 off the over. Better one for Middlesex. 10 for 1. Routledge, who was part of that unbeaten partnership in the 10-wicket win against Yorkshire at Wantage Road, scored 31 off 34 deliveries. Vincy Trussler with a 52 off 45. 101 for 9. Yorkshire were restricted to, of which Hawley claimed 1 for 15 off her 4. Figures matched by Katie Wolf, 1 for 15 for her as well. Izzy Routledge returned 2 for 18. Bowling in that final, of course, was Chana Kambampati. 3 for 30 from her 4. Now Bilal for Kent at the pavilion end, so a change up from that opening over, that wicket-taking opening over indeed. There's the width again, gets away with it. Short boundary to the offside. Not too short. But double the inner circle. It'll be a wide. Now that swing nearly causing a problem, but that's beautifully put away. Hawley just had to adjust late there. She was stretching for it. Fielder's in place on that offside, just a little bit of swing. I thought she might just chip it to one of them as she stretched. Saw something similar for Leas Deploy here the other day, a little bit of late swing and he drove. Ball that he ended up stretching for and chipped it into the covers. Full bunger, oh, back over the heads. Leverage from Hawley. Wow, almost checked it. Lofted drive. It'll be a wide again. Short and punished over mid-wicket. Sweet pickup. Drop short. Up and over. .25 for 1 after 3. Looking for a solid start now for Middlesex, and slight problem here for Kent. Just try up these boundaries will be one thing. A wicket in that opening over, but it hasn't slowed them. Here of the Warner, bit of shade. Welcome on a day like today. Temperatures soaring. Goram to continue second over consecutively from the nursery end. Just bringing her short third around a little wider. Starting straight enough, allowing Hawley to turn the single. Better, they were slipping out a little in the opening over from Goram. Length. Routledge watchful of it. That's much better. A little bit of width on it to that extent. Which may be disappointed to have missed out on at least a dab, but still acclimatising. On the leg side. Again, to some extent, Routledge will feel she's missed out on a tickle there. Hawley's coming down to have a chat. Just the single, they're thinking about 2. Preparing for a misfield. He stroked through. Single more, 28 for 1, 4 bowls. Better over for Kent. Back for second over, having opened at the pavilion end. Nice little shuffle, but only as far as mid-off. Now, is it going to run away? Has it got the legs? It has. Go. Squared up, turned around. 4 more to the total. That one's short and punished. It'll be 4 more. All he's into the 30s. She's got there in a flash. It's a 6th 4, 19 deliveries. Use of the feet, that'll be just a single, should just be a single, a little bit of a fumble, but one it is. So 5 bowled, 37 for 1. Last over of the power play. With her 3rd over from the nursery end. Now, chase on here for the sweeper. He'll get back for 2. Good arm as well from the ropes. Deep cover back, and so too deep middle wicket. Well run. Square leg coming around, just a little turn into the onside. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Over to Routledge, taking a back seat in terms of balls faced to the number 3. Hawley, 23 of them since coming in that opening over, which starved of the strike. 4 left of the power play. It'll be a wide, and it may well get away for 4. Nobody's catching that. There's a square leg and a backward point, and they're not going to catch it. Costly boundary. Yep. Not even a flick. Confirmation it was a wide, so costly wide, costly boundary, whichever way you want to look at it. 45 for 1 and still 4 balls left of the power play. Lovely shot. Oh, and it gets through. It'll go. Well, Kent needs to get control of this. Routledge moves to 5 from 7. Should have been an easy pick off there. Welcome dot. Gordon, the mid-on fielder, guilty of diving over the top of that last one. Three dots to finish the power play. It's a really good comeback from Gorham, and to some extent you'll probably think that boundary for Routledge should have been no more than 1, if 1 at all. So power play done, 49 for 1. .47 the partnership. This ball's dragged out to deep mid-wicket. That is the 50 up for Middlesex. Partnership moves to 48. Single more. 49 the partnership, which Hawley clearly dominating at the moment. It's the fielder. He feels she's missed out there, Hawley. The field up on that offside. It's a lovely use of the feet and a fine shot, long off and long on back, so just the single. Complete control for Hawley though. It's well run, just found a little gap there, find a mid-wicket. As he chipped away, of course, that first lofted drive of the over from Hawley was the 50 partnership as well for these two. So 54 for one. Hawley 38 of the partnership so far. An array of shirts and options. Cheers. Right, James into the attack. Bit of spin for the first time at the nursery end. Spinning down the leg side, a wide first up. Again, the use of the feet and the pressure on the fields. 4 more. All he reaches the 40s. Clipped over mid-wicket. Back-to-back boundaries. Hawley to 46. Goes again down the grounds, pressure on the fielder again this time. Should be comfortably dealt with, and it is by Gordon. So, wide to begin. 12 off the over, 66 for one. Middlesex in a good position here after 8. Oh no, put down. Well, Belt and her opening over. It wasn't timed at all. I think that's what didn't help the bowler. It was completely miscued. Should have held on though. Actually, more forgiving it on first look, less forgiving on second look at that one. Big chance, big life for Hawley. 48 from 34. It's a lovely shot. Just the single on this occasion. Dragged over mid-wicket. There's a sweeper in the deep who will get there and hold on. They'll take a couple though. Routledge into double figures. Now back to Hawley, wants to come with the over. Long off, long on, deep mid-wicket and deep square. 4 back. No one stopping that though. Cut through the covers for 4, and there's Hawley's 50. Brilliant knock. A raise of the bat around Lords. Outstanding innings, really has heaps of pressure on Kent. 9th 4, just 36 deliveries. We're across or allowing it to free up. We'll rock back at the last. Perfectly placed. We a happy dugout? .74 for 1 after 9 makes for very good reading. Sides and a wide signals. Young into the attack. Now, that is a fair shot. I thought she was going to get herself in trouble there, Hawley. It was a very full ball to sweep. That's how full it was. Single. .96 was the score that Hawley made against Kent in the Cup. Would have been a first Middlesex women's T20 century. Another wide. It was trickling because it took a bit of pace off when hitting the pad on this one. Out of the keeper, that is. Heaved. There is a deep mid-wicket set back there, Gordon. Just the single. Halfway there, 83 for 1. So much of it centering around one person though, Saskia Hawley, 55 from 39. Where do you plug the runs? Well bowled, well played, so I'll pick up the single. That's well fielded as well. Good cricket all round. It was a block hole delivery. Just digging it out for the run. Chipped into space, not only in space but perfectly placed as well. Four runs confirmed. Kelly Castle, former Sunriser. Between the umpires, is this about the boundary, whether it was confirmed or not? It was confirmed. Oh! Right, it was no balls. Free hit signalled. Now, just have to wait and see what the change up there was, but here's the free hit for the no ball. It has come down to 2 runs from a boundary. Now, free hit up in the air, up, over, and 6. Well, didn't get the 4. She deserved the ball before. But Hawley's into the 60s with a 6. Cut through for 4 more. And Kent are up against it here at the moment. They're up against Saskia Hawley at her best. It's another boundary in this count now. Buzzers for a moment, backed up. Chipped up, but there's nobody back on the, or there is somebody back on the onside, there's nobody up. So long on doing the fielding. Single 20 over, 99 for 1 after 11. 6 women here will have lofty ambitions. Young's back, 9 off her first over. It's the 100 up for Middlesex with the single. Able to stop these runs. Look at the economies. Going for 9 in her first over. It's the 100 partnership with that single. Hawley 69, Routledge 18. There's a little bit about the extras as well that Kent have conceded, but for sure the story's all about Hawley though. Three singles off the over. A much better over for Kent, a much needed one. It's more than 10 overs since they'd. Checking something myself there. It was 2 overs since an over without a boundary. It seemed like a very long time, but there is 2 in quick succession. Now there's a chance, and it's put down. Routledge down the throat of long on. Now a chance for a run out at both ends. And it's all go cricket at Lords. The catch first. Up in the air again. Drops in the gap. And they'll just take a single. It's another drag wide of the fielder. Oh, and stepped over for 4. Routledge moves to 25. Shuffle and a sweep, but not where she wanted it to go, and Hawley departs. A quite brilliant 70. She falls to her 50th ball. Looking for another big shot. They've been trying to go hard in that over and really put the pressure on Kent. There's the little shuffle, there's the sweep. Not in position in the end and dragging it to mid-wicket. Brilliant innings from Hawley. Pandoria heads to the middle at number 4. In the end, the partnership. Beautiful flight from James on that one to start. Now Routledge had really started to put her foot on the gas. There'd been the dropped catch earlier in the over. And now, bowled. So there'll be 2 new batters on naught, and this is Kent's chance. Another sweep attempted. Another wicket falls. So Finch Trussler, who opened in that 10-wicket win in the final last year, comes out at 5. Middlesex just need to be careful here. The 2 set batters falling. Now, what a difference a wicket can make, what a difference 2 can make. Plenty of doubt there. Leg by. Ooh, a bit of drift on that for James. Well, the single there prevents it being a wicket maiden, only the leg by prior to it. The fall of Routledge. Laughing, crying and on the big screen all at once. Well fielded. Kent slowing matters right now. Not short. Just a single though, the sweeper's back. Kent managing to dry up the runs here. 17 for 3, and here's the slowdown. Not dramatic. Indeed, there was a slight slowing just before the 2 wickets, which maybe led to the wickets themselves. There's the man Hassan. That one very big over. The 11th. Close. Not given. It must have been very close. Is it high? But outside the line of off. The previous one hitting waistline or above, but the crouch down for the sweep meant that the waist was significantly lower. Nice use of the feet and a good drive down to long off, just wide of the fielder. So they'll think about 2. Back they come. Up in the air. Short boundary though, and a big 6. Trustless first boundary. That was a sweet pickup. Two 5 for 3. Cut to extra cover, a little fumble and they get through. That was risky, but they get away with it. Well, that's tight. Through though for the single.
Bless you.
Nice connection, just the single with long on back. Just had to check that one wasn't quite to the pitch, but it's well guided for the single. Extra cover was interested for a moment, but straight to the fielder. It's a nice looking sweep for a single. Gordon on the ropes. Now, how much has she got? All of it. Big six. Trussler goes again. Comfortably clear of the long off. Little shuffle. That's a really good connection. $136 for 3. $36 for 3 it is. Wide ball. Oh, that's really good running. Well backed up as well. Would have been close to Bill wide. Just the single. Single steered. $18 bowled, 141 for 3. up and over and fine at the mid-wicket. Trussler's charge continues. It's the gaps, they'll look for two. Back they come. Ow, it's been hurt. So look at that one, it's thrown me completely. I couldn't even get an English language sentence out of my mouth. Chipped and taken. Trussler falls straight down the throat of long off. Ball with the catch. Fourth wicket falls. Looking for that six again. Well held, low down in front. Pull. Gordon. Her second wicket. .25 for Trussler. Brings Hughes to the middle. Scarlett Hughes then to bat. 6. 9 balls left. It's going to be a tough job to be hitting out from the off. The shorter boundary is to the leg side for Hughes, the left-hander. There's a long on, deep mid-wicket, deep square. Long off the other fielder back, so there's a comfortable single to be dropped. Oh, that's gone. No. Well, quite. Gordon has the right idea. Sadly not available, but I think the replay will confirm that she was short of her ground, but umpire not in position to give it. Now that's a nice pick up. And a nice sweet pick-up for 6. And all that with untied shoelaces as well. Really sweetly struck. 150 up as well for Middlesex. Well, there'd have been a point mid-innings when they were looking at 200. They'll certainly take anything they can get. Dot ball to finish. 12 off the over with the wicket as well. 153 for 4. I reckon this has gone, but the umpire, standing umpire, not in position. Yeah, gone by a long way, I think. Yep. Final over of the innings. Pindoria to have strike, but after that 6, Hughes will fancy. Give me another go. That's a sweet shot again, goodness me. Ball striking's been good today. Across the line, a lovely pick-up. It's not all the way, but it is 4 more. Picked up off middle stump. Inside out. A single taken. They'll look for two. Back they come. Pindoria with the call. Going to be short of a ground. A long way short. Going for the second. Trying to put the pressure on the fielder. It's a brilliant throw. Great arm. Bilal with the throw in. Pindoria has to head off. Any hesitation at all? No. Let's go. Always a long way short. So Whitmore to the middle. It's join Hughes. They're on the go. It's Whitmore on strike. Away swing and a stumping. A shuffle from Whitmore. Swung away down the slope. The stretch wasn't enough to save Whitmore. Let's watch for this stumping side on. Ooh, did particularly well to slide back there. 158 for 6 and a clatter at the end. A wow in the over for Gorham. More away swing, single shoved. 159 for 6, last ball of the innings. Does get Hughes back on strike, that big 6 so far. That was when facing the bowling from the pavilion end, now it's from the nursery, so not the shorter boundary to swing towards, but the inside out efforts on towards the offside. Fair few spaces in the onside. Well, they're going to give it a single. Long on his back, deep mid wicket and deep square. Long off back as well, so they're going to have to bring somebody up. It's going to be long off, I think. Although I'd imagine, I'd have thought drop long off back. They've got cover back. Now if you're Hughes here, you're surely thinking long off. Clear that fielder. Yes, they've got there now. Long off's gone back. It was a bit of a glaring error, that one. Now it's asking Hughes to go inside out to the offside. Long off, long on back, deep mid wicket and deep square. The rest of the field up is up on the offside. Around the wicket she comes. And in swing down that leg side. They'll scamper the leg by to finish. And 160 for 6 it is after the 20 overs. 6 off the final over with that leg by. 2 wickets though And a score at one time that Middlesex would have been thinking about 200. The second half of the innings didn't quite go the same way. Saskia Hawley falling in quick succession. Izzy Routledge just afterwards. Innings break here at Lords. We'll be back after a short break. The live stream here brought to you with Fulcrum. Afternoon all, welcome back to Lords. 161 is the target to win. 160 for 6 Middlesex, having won the toss here in the first game of the day, the League 2 match in the Women's Blast. Umpires are in the middle. Middlesex being called back for something. What have they forgotten? Last minute drinks. Batters are on their way. Well, here come Middlesex. Some sort of hold up, but they're good to go. So Gordon and Streets to get Kent going. And Sonali Patel to open the bowling from the nursery end for Middlesex. So a bit of pace first up. The two back will be deep mid wicket and deep third. Oh, look at the in-swing, and what a start. Off stump out of the grounds. That's some way to start the innings, and it was a beautiful ball too. Look at that. Swing back in, past the inside edge. And Gordon did not know too much about that one. The perfect start for Middlesex. A big blow for Kent. And 0 for 1 after one delivery. Kelly Castle walks out. That's not a bad one to follow. It's a no ball though, so there'll be a free hit. Can't have the chance to get off the mark. Oh, inside edge onto the toe. I'll get through for the single. Another one, booming in swing. Can't pierce the offside field even though the cut was away. Lovely shot. That one does get through. First boundary for Kent. To the slot, but not capitalised upon. Now edgy, just the single down to deep third, and the opening over, an eventful one. And this is how it started. Look at that go. So it would be Katie Wolf. Lovely ball to start. Dot ball. A bit of a way swing from the pavilion end. Swinging up the slope. A little bit of shape there into that off stump. Starting on the line of middle. Oh, swinging across the line at the swinging ball. Streets falls. She was driving down the wrong road at that one. 7 for 2. All smiles for Middlesex and for Wolf. 2 in the first 2 overs. Watch the away swing. Swung it through the gate. Very good from Wolf. Very good from Middlesex. Stark contrast to the start of the Middlesex innings. They did lose one early, but boy oh boy did they get motoring. Kent with a bit to do here as Ban. Father walks out. Right on the spot again. A little bit of a gate there, though. They'll have to be wary. Very good again. Inside and outside edge in play here. Now that's swung away. Backward of square, it's 4 more. Middlesex powering through in the first innings. Kent have got a bit of work to do here now, as Middlesex have made a strong start with the ball. That's a lovely delivery, and another one goes. 3 wickets in the first 3 overs, and Patel strikes with the first ball of both of her opening overs. Castle chasing a wide one. Would have been wary of that in-swing. Not as sharp on this occasion. The inside or the outside edge taken. The catch taken as well. $11 for 3 and trouble here for Kent. Jones coming out at 5 in the 3rd over. Lovely in-swing again, beautifully played by Jones. Just a little ease into the offside. Worked away. Another boundary, needed one. Ball calls. Another overstep, another free hit incoming. Well, free hit capitalised upon. Deep mid-wicket won't get to that. Swing again, just starting wide. It's away with it. Has she got her? Now, chaffing the bat down into the ground. Was it ball into ground? No contact with the bat, clearly. Wolf goes again. A dab, a throw, and a near run out. Let's have a look. Really any hesitation. There's the throw, there's the bat home, and then the bails. Topple. Up in the air, and there's the fourth. Wolf now has 2 in 2 overs as well. Kent lose 1 in each of their opening 4 overs. And Middlesex are storming with bat and ball here. Comfortable catch in the end. Pindoria just had to make sure that those elbows didn't hit the ground too hard and the ball popped out. Delight for Wolf. Saskia Hawley with her. One-handed flay in the end. .21 for 4 as Young makes her way to the middle. Look at that rate. 6.3 is fine, but 8.4 likely spiralling. Nice shot. Won't make the rope. They'll get at least a couple. They'll think about the third. No, just the 2. Through it goes. And fine for a single. Now that goes up in the air as well, but it is safe. Deep mid-wicket comes around, backward square, retreats. It's 2 more. Four bowled, 26 for 4. Don't think that requires any comment. Nice from Hawley. That goes up in the air again. It's going to be safe. Fine it goes. Hawley has her hands on her head. Middlesex trying to drive home the advantage at the moment. 28 for 4. Skipper do. This could be tight. Gone. Comfortable for Middlesex. Anna Davis. With the fine work, Hughes completing the task. Really the single there. The sprint was on, not even a dive would have done the trick. 5th over with a wicket falling for Kent, and at 28 for 5 they are in deep trouble here. for Poole. One's come with the over. Slides that past the edge. Good number. In today, Pavilion looking pretty busy. Bowlers bars packed, it always is. The Warner's looking pretty well populated as well. The lower tier of the grandstand at the moment's looking healthy also. That's gone. No doubt about that one. Wolf takes a third wicket in her third over, and into the sixth over Kent lose another wicket in another over. 6 in 6, and in every over so far there's been a wicket. Yeah, the swing straightening it, and it was always going to have to go. Wolf knew it, the umpire knew it, and fair to say Young knew it as well. Gone for 4, it's 28 for 6. For 6. Edged fine, go away for 4. It's nice, full swinging delivery again, watchful from Bilal. Toe ender really to end. 6 bowled, power play's done. Is it? No, one more to come, my apologies. Away fine off the pads. The boundary to finish the over. There was an edge earlier in the over. This one just leg buys. It's given us runs. Thought it was pad, but a little inside edge clearly. 36 for 6. Afternoon, folks. It's almost a relief nowadays when they don't duck for cover, isn't it? First over for Hannah Davis, attempted sweep, just got a little inside tickle on it. Hughes managing to get across. All full bunger, that'll be close to a no ball as well. Did it dip? Wide signals, just the wide. Starting two-leg side again, and that one is smothered fine. Oh, just pulled in. First hard, but it is only a single. Just leg side, I think. Leg spinner bowling with the slope, so looking to straighten it. Can you see a middle and it strikes the pads? Well, there you go. Might have just clipped, but barely. Tots finish the over, the first without a wicket to fall in this Kent innings. They're 40 for 6 after 7. That's up in the air. And that's gone. Trussler holds on, and Wolf takes another wicket in another over. A wicket in each of her first 4 overs now. A 7th Kent wicket to fall in their 8th. And Middlesex are making short work of the Kent's chase. Oh, full bunger, it's up in the air. Hughes holds on. Wolf's on a hat-trick. She has a 5-for, and Kent lose their 8th. First baller for James. 5 for 19 at Lord's for Wolf. And she will have the chance of a hat-trick. Well, it slipped out to some extent from Wolf. Could have been a no ball on Hyde. It dipped. Would have been a wide down the leg side. But a leading edge, a wicket, and a hat-trick ball coming up. So, Wolf, hat-trick ball coming up. Gorham on strike. And left alone outside off. Oh, beauty again. Beats the edge. So 41 for 8. And last ball of the 8th coming up. 1 wicket. Dot, dot. Here's the last ball of Wolf's day. Finishes with a forward defence from Gorham, but 5 for 19 from 4. That is outstanding from Wolf. 5 of the 8 to go so far. A wicket in each of her 4 overs and 2 in her last. No wonder the smile is so wide. And the shake of the hand, that's nice to see. 5 for 19. And Middlesex on the verge. The defending champions laying down a big marker here at Lord's. All comers have been warned. Got a big match coming up as well in the Cup against Warwickshire. Sweat fine. And they'll take a single. 42 for 8. First ball at that end for Paul to line up. Solid defence. There's an element of damage limitation here in terms of net run rate for Kent. Leg side. Balls slid on. With the 10th. Nicely bowled, right on the spot. Could be a chance, just short. Single taken. Single again, as I say, there's an element of net run rate here that you have to be careful that this heavier defeats this early in the competition doesn't do some lasting damage. 10 bowled, 48 for 8. Slapped to mid-wicket, but not a chance. That's another edge, no slip. Just the single off the over. 9 for 8. No, not out. That goes up. But it will land safe, just good effort. On the move. .50 up for Kent. 11.2 overs with that 8 down. It's destroyed this chase before it really began. Up in the air. Patel has a wicket. Vindoria with the catch, 9 down. 51 for 9. Middlesex are nearly there. Closing of the face and a leading edge. All in a day's work. So Belt joins Poole. The end is nigh for Kent. So 12 bowls, 51 for 9. Yeah, look, I'll see if I can do it. Alice Whitmore to bowl the 13th. Wide to begin. Wide 2. It's inside the lines. Drags that one across the line. Dot ball though. Thirteen bowled, 54 for 9. Nicely bowled by Patel. Oh, that's bold. Getting outside the line though. How come? Well, goodness me. What a way for it to come to an end. 54 all out. Poole and Belts together at the last, but look at that victory margin. 106 runs, the victory margin for Middlesex. A mighty performance by the defending champions here at Lord's. Well, late on the run, never really got going. Should have gone early and dived. But not to be. 106 runs the winning margin for Middlesex women against Kent. The men's game to come this evening in the Blast. The Women's League 2 fixture, though, was the opening match of the day here at Lord's in the double header, which is filling up nicely. 5 for Wolf. 5 for 19 for Wolf. Outstanding display. She spotted herself on the big screen, I think. And yeah, what a moment for her. Saskia Hawley setting it all off. The performance with the bat to begin from the captain, but 5 for 19 with the ball. Very, very good from Wolf, for sure. Shake hands with her opponents, who were gracious indeed when she took the 5 foot. And that is that for the first game of the day. So yes, the men back later on the live stream here at Lord's. Look at that for a victory margin, 106 runs. No Kent player made double figures in the chase. Tough going for them. Plenty to take away for Middlesex, the 70 for Hawley and the 5 foot for Wolf. Hope you enjoyed the coverage of the opening game of the day. We'll be back for the men's game in the evening on this double header here at Lord's. Do join us here on the Middlesex stream if you can, but for now, it's goodbye.